Hello, welcome back to the 5th episode of Never Together.
Are you sure it's the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, you counted.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
not
want-
uploading everything every week. It better be the 5th. Let me check.
I don't know.
I've already cursed, but it's fine. We'll bleep it out. Go on.
It's okay. What were the guidelines? You can't swear. Oh,
In the
first
first
two
7
minutes.
seconds or something.
Something stupid.
Anyway.
Jinx, you're it. So we've just spent about a good 10 minutes ambling, trying to figure out what I had for dinner on Monday. And it's really, really, really bugging me. So I figured out that if my food shop order came on the Thursday, I would have had salmon. But my food shop order came on the Wednesday. So I don't know.
Like
And
I said, it's going to come to you when we're talking about the most vile thing.
Absolutely.
Because today, we're talking about
Periods.
periods.
Welcome to the world of hyper-focusing on a stupid detail until you go crazy.
It's not stupid. We're actually deciding what to have dinner.
Yeah. So we're deciding like how healthy to go, how not healthy to go. If I'd had salmon on Monday, oh, you best
Pasta.
believe pizza, fried chicken. If I had something that I don't know, this is the mystery, here it is again, then it would have to be something a bit healthier. But as well, the thing that's even more annoying, because I'm a bit neurotic, I write all of my meals down and I schedule them. So this is what I'm going to have on this day, this is what I'm going to have on this day. You'd think in my infinite wisdom I would remember, but I didn't.
No.
I didn't know. Why would I?
Not today. Not never.
Oh.
Shut up.
Oh, no, I do know what it was. No. So the salmon, it fucking was Thursday. The salmon was Thursday.
Okay.
Friday, went to Brigadier's, Michelin star Indian, changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Monday, it was the salmon. Yesterday, it was the...
Tang salad.
No.
You've said the salad was yesterday about 3 times now.
The salad was yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
The salmon, was Thursday, and Monday was a cucumber and lime rice tandoori chicken salad.
Oh,
Bitch, I can have fried chicken.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Popeyes.
I can actually, like, genuinely,
Popeyes. That's what the cartoon was called.
pop me down. No, what rice?
Ojos.
Huh?
Pop ojos. No, but
That's what it
in
is.
Spanish it's Popeye.
No.
Yes, it is.
No,
Popeye.
no.
Pop
Pop ojos. It's what it is now. I don't care.
Popeyes. Anyway.
Try it.
3 minutes in. What is our
3
topic?
minutes in.
It's not food.
We've already said it.
Depends on
but
what your kink is.
We've already said it, but it's periods. So,
Yum.
because I am PhD of bullshit, we feel like we have some authority. So, we are basically talking about our experience. We've done a little bit of research, but also we are not doctors by any means necessary. We're just two...
But we are females menstruating.
We're two elderly women.
elderly.
Wow. So, basically we wanted to start off with sort of our experiences of being a woman with a period. I've already said when I first started my period, but when did you start your period?
So mine was actually, I started at 11, but I was a prepubescent child. So I was scheduled to get my period about 7 years old.
Okay.
And so I got I got hormones for about 5 years to delay, 3-4 years every week.
What do you mean?
I got hormones to delay my period. Because
Fuck.
my mom's like, this bitch is not getting her period at 7. She needs to be a child. So I would get
Well,
hormones.
that's quite...
Yeah, so I would get
Yeah.
hormones. I would go to the hospital every week
Oh my god.
to just get hormones and sort of delay. And I finally
What
got
did
it
you
when
do?
I was...
Take a tablet or did they inject
No,
you?
inject me.
Oh my god, you know the hormone.
So
Progesterone.
I would probably have to look it out because it's been so long. But it was like, I think
Oh wow.
it was... I think,
Testosterone. Get a beard.
get a beard.
Get a
Honestly,
beard.
Might as well. I already have it. No, but basically, I think... Because it's one of those things where it's like, because I had to do it so often, I actually tolerate hospitals quite a lot now.
Oh yeah, no, I was a very...
Because I'm the sickly child. If I'm going to be here...
You just took the words
If
right
I'm going to be
mouth.
here, I might as well enjoy it.
Oh, no.
So,
I was a sickly Victorian child. You can stab me with needles,
so literally,
put me
anything,
under,
like,
anything, fine.
MRIs is the biggest thing that I have. But, like...
Oh, not even. I used to love getting an ultrasound. Just be like, oh, this is a bit cold in your belly. I'm
fine.
Like, get it.
Ultrasound's fine. It's the MRIs I can't stand it. But anyway, back to periods.
The machine
yeah, the
thing.
massive
Oh,
one.
no. I fell asleep in one of them.
You dumb bitch. Oh, I can't stand it. Anyway, back to periods.
It was great.
So I was supposed to get my period around 6 or 7.
Whoa.
And I got hormones I can't say that word, hormones, to delay my period. And I actually got it at 11.
So I was a year older than you. I was 12. And let me tell you,
so we essentially got it at the same time because you're
basically, yeah. I'd been told about periods. It wasn't an issue. My mum, she'd done the old mummy talk where she was like, this is gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Did it lessen my horror when I saw it? No. Was it quite light? Yes. I remember as well spending about 20 minutes, half an hour in the bathroom. So she'd given me this box of tampons and she was like, I'm going to let you, do it. She was like, I'm not going to shove it up you or anything, don't worry. But she was like, I'm going to let you, I'll give you these, just go into the bathroom, I'll stay upstairs so I can hear you if you need anything.
Yeah.
I think I went through about 3 or 4 tampons. I read the leaflet cover to cover, like everything. And but as well, when you're anxious or nervous, it can make your vagina
like
tighten.
Clench up.
Yes, clench. I was shoving it into,
and it's just not.
It was like trying to zip your fucking jeans up when you put weight on. Like, no! What's happening?
Mine was... Oh, God, now that I'm thinking about it, I think good. I got my period. It was very, it was very slow ting. It was very light. But I remember it was at summer camp, and it was the day that,
No!
Yeah, it was the day that... Because the summer camp was 2 weeks, which seemed endless, but we basically got there... I don't know when, but basically, it was the day that all the kids had gone to spend it with their parents, and my parents were like, we're moving, so my parents so they couldn't come. So it was really 10 kids, and I was just faffing around in grey leggings, and my teacher was like, hi,
no,
you have your period, you're bleeding, do you have your period? And I was like, ain't no way, my first period is happening.
That sets you up, doesn't it?
So she was really nice. They went to get me tampons, and I was like, I don't know how to use tampons. So just get me pads. So they got me pads.
I said that to my mum.
That same summer, my second period, I started the uterine lining started leaving, and it was I think it was my first
period.
Heavy flow, and I was really scared because things were coming out of me, and I was texting my mum. I was like,
horrified.
Mom, what is this clot? What is this mucus that's red? Mom, I just want to go home. And I remember it was so embarrassing. My best friend's mum cleans the blood off my underwear before my own mum did.
What?
Because I was spending summer with them.
So you were like, can you put this in the washing machine, please?
Yeah, because I was like,
oh my god,
I have,
No, my period wasn't that bad. I just said to my mum, I just shouted through the door. I went, Mum, I don't think it's working. And she was like, okay, no worries. But she only had tampons because that's just what she used.
Yeah.
So I think she gave me a panty liner.
Oh god,
and
that's useless.
She went, just, hold fire,
we're gonna go to the
call off the guards. She went, just use that, and I'll go and get you.
Yeah.
She was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I think I just cried, and I was like, I'm really scared. And she was like, it's fine. And I was like, what's gonna happen? And obviously, talking about my childhood, I was a very angry child. For no reason whatsoever. I was really naughty, really rebellious, and basically my mum had told my nanny, just because, and I remember throwing an absolute shit fit at that. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's my private business. She was like, you're a woman. And I was like, yeah, fuck her. Smashing the gaff up, but I was like, it's my private business.
It's my private bit, and I think that's part of also
me as well.
Yeah, I think that's part of also growing up and not normalizing, but I think also there's a little more shame. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Yeah, I remember mine, because mine was in summer camp, I think I was more
That's-
scared that I didn't have my mum.
That's quite traumatic, I'm not
Yeah, I
gonna
was
lie
like,
to you.
oh god, like, it's my first time.
Especially as well because being, you're 11,
Yeah.
that's early.
A child. Like, if
By-
I meet an 11-year-old now, I'm like, damn.
By your average
You're a
standard
baby.
by your average standard of when you get your period, that's
Quite young.
early. So the odds of any other girl
Yeah.
there understanding is minimal.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah,
I think it was
fuck.
quite embarrassing, like, going back to school that summer and sort of,
Oh.
after summer and being like,
I think even the way we're talking about it now,
it's just
we're
like,
still so shamed. I
Yeah.
think the tone,
Yeah.
So like, interestingly though, I've always been quite regular. I've never really been late. I've never skipped one,
Yeah.
aside from one time. But that's a whole separate issue. I think the latest I've been is like maybe a couple of days. Regular
Yeah.
Trevor. No. Regular what's the phrase?
No clue.
Regular John? No, that's the Queens of the Stone Age song. Anyway, I've never been on birth control though, ever in my life.
Even with a partner.
100% baby. Never.
Bitch. Oh my
never
God.
ever for never evers.
Wow.
I'm not against it. I'm
Yeah.
not against it. It scares me.
Fair enough.
It scares
Fair
me.
enough.
And I think when I remember, so I was having sex quite young. I remember my mum took me to the, what would you call it? The
Sex
clinic?
clinic?
Sexual
Yeah.
health clinic. And she went with me and we sat there, and the nurse was really, really lovely and she talked me through all of the options.
Yeah.
And it was a no.
Oh my god, it's so
None
terrifying.
of them sounded appealing.
No, they don't.
That literally, even the woman was like, oh, your periods will change quite a bit.
Yeah.
Even, periods are not fun. It's a horrible time.
Correct.
Well, it's not bad. It's not great, though. But even when she was like, oh, your periods might change, even that, I was like, oh, no, I quite like that.
Having some regularity,
yeah,
thanks.
this is going to happen to you
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think, for me, they've always been quite regular, they've always been quite heavy, but I have been on birth control. But the reason why I went on birth control was not because I was being sexual, it's for acne. And I think at this point, because I've struggled with acne for so long, I was like, just give me whatever. If I had to dip my face in acid for 10 days straight, I would.
Well, some people will take it.
That's why I started.
Even to lessen the effects of their period.
See, so that's one of the side effects, and it did lessen my period, did lessen the flow, but instead of having 5 heavy days, I'd have 2 weeks of mediocre
Spotting.
It wasn't even spotting, because it was actually it was still a flow, it just wasn't the heavy monstrosity that I usually get. And honestly, by the 3rd day I was like, please, I think we're all over it. But then 2 weeks, I was like, I can't even have, because while I was on birth control, I think I used the fact that I was on birth control to have wild sex. But the main issue was the acne.
But also,
But yeah, I couldn't have sex half the time because I was on my period. I was like, I'd rather have...
interestingly, my friend at school, she took it because she was having, her whole uterus was just coming
Dropping out.
And it would be, like you say, for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And it was heavy, and there was hormones, and it was painful. So she was put on, I think it was one of the 2 hormones, basically, which is in... So you can have an estrogen one, you can have a progesterone one.
Yeah.
Like we said, not doctors.
Don't listen to anything we
Please
say.
do not take anything we say as facts until the quiz. So she took that. But isn't there a period where you have to stop taking it?
It only depends on the hormone, really.
Oh, so she had to not take it for a week.
Yeah.
But basically, the pill stopped her periods.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean when you come off it, she was on a mega period.
Yeah.
Because it all stays there.
Oh my god.
It all fucking stays in there.
Or my best friend got an IUD and she was bleeding for 80 days straight.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
literally, my friend had to go to the doctors because she was
What is this?
My friend had to go to the doctors because she was like, I am losing so, not daily, just the length of time.
Yeah.
She was literally like on her period for like 2 months. And she was like,
what is that?
She was like, and we were in like college or whatever, and
It's
she
not
was
about
literally like, I'm
money,
spending
bro.
so much money on tampons, or whatever she was using, sanitary products. I'm spending so much money on sanitary products.
Yeah.
I'm miserable.
Yeah.
And this actually is not great. But that's just from not taking her pill. She was on a mega period.
Yeah. You know, for me, on birth control, I did notice that my brain was foggy.
God, yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah. It's on the leaflet, the mood swing thingy.
The mood swings is fine. Like, I'm a mental health history. It's okay. But, like, I stopped birth control January 31st.
Well,
And
completely.
Completely. I was like, I'm not having sex. It's obviously making my skin worse. I'm just going to stop it.
It's not
It's
good.
useless. And, you know, my whole phase is over. And the only one man that I think I would have sex with, if something does happen, I know he'd stick around. Like, he's not some stranger. So if something does happen, I would like, hey, X, this is what's happening. And we would go through it together. Which is why I'm not scared if something does happen. I can trust him to take care of it. But, like, even, like, I stopped birth control, and within 2-3 days, I felt like I was a new person. I felt like I had a new job, because by the time I started this new job, I was already on birth control. So my job until January felt completely different.
But why do women take it? Like,
see, there's sometimes it's like, it is
you
that
have
pain.
to. You have to.
Sometimes
as well,
you have
sometimes.
to, but like voluntarily, like.
No. But the amount of girls I talk to, and they're like, you know, you always have that chat with your gal pals, being like, oh yeah, I'm on the pill, da, 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 I have this, I have that birth control. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, but you get given the leaflet, and the leaflet
do you not want to shit yourself?
The leaflet is War and Peace.
It's like you can't. You won't start unfolding, and it just gets better.
It's like bigger. It's Les Miserables. Like what the fuck? It's fucking.
It's massive, and my mum literally told me
It's a 4-act opera. Like what's the actual? Fuck?
Yeah, and I sat down on the sofa. The first time my mum was like, "Don't read it. You're not gonna want to take it." I was like.
Why is that not ringing alarm bells for you? Don't read it, you're not going to want to take it. Like, we're talking blood clots, like you say, brain fog, mood swings.
God.
Oh, somebody...
Heart attack. And also...
Something about endometriosis as well.
Yeah,
like
so that's something else. As a bigger woman, I went to... Because I was prescribed a certain hormone for it. I think it was estrogen. For my acne, because that's the one that's supposed to make it better.
Yeah.
So then I went to get renewal here. And they were like... oh, like a woman of your size and your weight shouldn't be taking this because it amplifies every single...
Something about the thyroid as well, doesn't it? It fucks with your thyroid,
and it's already fucked up. I was like...
But
it amplifies estrogen with my weight. It amplifies the side
doubles.
effects. Yeah, so it was like essentially you were like, you're having poison for funsies. I was like, this is great. And you know, they prescribed it in America, and in America, as long as you pay, they don't give a fuck. It's a mafia. We all know it.
Oh yeah, what is it? Purdue Pharma.
But I went to the sex clinic, and this man literally sat me down and just like made sure that I knew all the information before I left, and said yes. And like, I was like, why didn't we do this in America? I was
also like, I just don't. Maybe it's because I've never taken birth control, because in my mind I was like...
It's horrifying. I don't plan on taking it.
I was like, I'm not having anything inserted in me. I don't want a patch, which bleaches your skin, by the way. Like, literally, you know, those little, like, plaster things.
The implant that you can feel, that makes me fucking sick.
And also, do you know what it is? Almost all of the birth controls, whether that's pill, implant, patch, the injection that goes in your ass, all of them are the same fucking hormone. Yeah. So why? Like, why? And do you know what? I don't regret that decision. Okay, fine, I'd be able to have sex without a condom. Cool. Get over it.
Honestly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather have sex with a condom.
So
and, like,
much more.
If something does happen, chances are it's with a person that I trust and I know and I love.
Like,
so I don't mind going through that, but...
I didn't even take... Like, I have a heart condition. I don't even take my heart medication.
Do you?
Yeah. atrial fibrillation.
First 7 years into friendship is the first time I hear it.
Exactly.
First time I hear about the kidney too a couple of months ago.
Bitch, every day it's so wonderful.
Stop, Christina.
But like, I didn't even take my heart medication.
Oh,
like, bitch,
That's because you actually don't need it.
I ain't taking some fucking poison. Like, no. Didn't even take my antidepressants. No, not gonna happen.
For what?
Yeah. For what?
For what?
But like, as well, every girl you'll speak to, they'll have no end of horror stories.
I know.
Like, my personal favourite, to be fair, let's be real, I've not had that many horror stories. I've never leaked.
For periods.
Touch wood. Yeah, for periods, not
I was
sex.
like,
Jesus Christ. We're not going to tell horror stories about not taking our medication when we are supposed to.
I have a horror story about that.
Fun. It's like playing that game
The Russian roulette.
No. What is it? The Bean Boozled. Where you fucking just pick it up and it's like, ooh, is this MDMA or is this my antidepressant? Oh, fuck, I'm up.
Go on.
Bean Boozled. And then you're kind of like, ooh, I don't want to take that one because I know that one's sick. Let's skip it. Bean Boozled.
There's a certain drug that looks like my iron pills, and one day I just know
it's gonna be E.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be me.
In 4 days.
Yeah, so touch wood. That's not wood.
Plaster.
Touch plaster. I've never leaked. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, you bitch.
But hit me up. Never been on birth control, so I think maybe that's got something to do with it. Regular John, as we said, never been on birth control, only missed a period once. Have been late sometimes, but that's obviously due to maybe being ill, maybe being stressed, whatever. But yeah, my one horror story, obviously it pertains to sex. So I was having sex with my now boyfriend. Like, he stuck around, so don't worry, girls. And I had
a good man, honestly.
I had thought I'd come. This is so fun! Oh my god! Woo! Water sports. And then we both finished. Okay, great. He turned the light on. And it was girls. Let's be real. Okay, it wasn't bad, but it was splattered up his torso. But not to say, like, you know, it wasn't like fucking Chainsaw Massacre, but it had splattered because of the motion.
Yeah.
So it wasn't super heavy, it wasn't like Jaws, it wasn't
it
wasn't some horror scene, it was just splattered up his body.
Oh my god.
Because in and out, like harder daddy.
How did he take it? How did he react?
He was like, oh, you know, it's okay, don't worry. And it was on the bed as well, because obviously it was, you know, I was a little bit mortified, but he was very, very supportive. Obviously, I was still with him. And he was like, don't worry, I was going to get in the shower anyway, because it was like morning or something. He was like, I'm going to get in the shower anyway, it's okay. Like, you know, it's not like I've not had your cum on my face.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, it's not in my mouth, so let's get over it. He was like, I'll just put the sheets in the wash, move on.
King, I'd absolutely fall in love with him.
I have.
But I think that's something so vulnerable, and I would absolutely sob.
The thing, I was really embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, I am so sorry. Like,
I'd ghost him.
My boyfriend. Bye. See ya. But like, yeah, he was more calm about it than I was.
Obviously.
I was literally like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I think what had happened was I had come, or you know, I was going to come on in the afternoon, but the motion of having sex maybe just shut it out, kind of thing. But like, I can't remember if I was early or late, or I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting it. That was the thing. But yeah, it wasn't like I say, it wasn't super heavy. It wasn't some horror scene. It wasn't fucking oh my god, women and children running away. It was just, the only reason it was my quote-unquote horror story is because it was splattered up his body.
Yeah.
It was thin, it was first day, not terrible, you know, but I actually had one of the easiest periods of my life.
Wow. Damn.
Because because I think I'd come and, you know, shot it out of me.
Yeah.
And all over his chest.
God. So as I've mentioned, my flow is quite heavy without birth control. It's always been a nightmare. I think I've learnt to control it. And now that I've grown, but my horror story was I've always been a beginning of the month lady. So my birthday's the 1st. So
yeah, I know where this is going.
I remember about what was my 12th, 13th birthday?
Oh, girl.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, you started when you were 11, so it can't have been younger
Probably
than that.
12, because then I moved country. Anyway, 12. So I'm in a restaurant with, you know, I finally had the balls to ask my crush and his friend to come to my birthday. My friends are there. And it's just a cute
I was in a Taco Bell.
No, it's a very nice, healthy restaurant, and we were celebrating it because we were celebrating there because our family, friends own it. Anyway, yeah, so it actually is a really cute restaurant. I'm not going to name it because I'm going to out myself that way. But if we go to Spain, I'll take you because it's actually quite lovely. But yeah, we were celebrating it there, and then all of a sudden, thank God I was wearing black trousers, and the seat where we were sitting was wooden, and it was dark wood. But I got up, and I was like,
On the seat.
On the seat. I was like,
Girl.
That wasn't there before. So I,
barbecue sauce, what?
yeah, so then I, touch my finger.
No.
And there's blood, and I'm like, yes. Mind you, this was probably, what, a year?
As well, you're so young, if that happened when I was with my girls, now, cool, I've got a spare one in my bag, get over it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're 12.
I was 12 and I was like, Mom, there's blood in the seat.
And no.
she was like, it's okay, it happens, I have tampons in the car. I was like, can you go get them? She was like, well, technically, I have to be here looking for everyone, looking after everyone.
I'm the responsible
adult. And I did
adult.
have one friend who, we did actually bond. I hope she's all well. Haven't spoken to her in years, but we did bond about being prepubescent children together.
Yeah.
We both had badonkadonks of boobs.
Oh my god, yes!
So it was her and I against the world. So I was like, hi, can you, come, I got my period. Can you, come to the car with me? She was like, oh my god, yeah. Come on, I'll help clean up. I'll spill it. So I think she spilled the drink on purpose, just the water.
Yeah.
Just pretended to, clean it up.
Babe.
And, then we went, and, she just, not held my hand, but it was,
comforted you.
It was just comfort. And I think having her by my side through all this, it was, I think, me and 2 other girls who we were prepubescent, have boobs, and we really bonded over that.
I had boobs before I had my period. I had boobs when I was in primary school.
But I think it was the 3 of us who both got a period at the same time, so it was all, really nice. But that was my horror story, because I was like, I have never seen so much blood. Because probably within my first, you know what? It was actually probably 3rd or 4th period, because it was turning 12. So it was oh god, I've never seen this much blood in my life. I'm gonna die.
Shit we have to go through.
My crush was there, and then my bully was there. Not that I had invited her, but because it's quite a popular restaurant.
She was just there.
She was just there with her family, and I was like, oh.
What a bitch!
For fuck's sake. And so it was just a lot, and I'm never gonna forget that day.
Yeah, cool memory. Cool memory.
It's not gonna be my birthday, it's gonna be the day I shat my period. So I think other than that, I think once...
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just...
So, also, girls, let's just put this out there. In terms of horror stories, I think most women will probably only have 2 or 3.
I think,
don't worry. It's not, horrific.
I do have a second-hand horror story, and I do feel so bad.
I always come on before I'm about to go on holiday or away, and then I have to pack tampons with me. And it's such a waste of space.
It's a waste of space, but also I think we forget that, we're probably going to somewhere that has... tampons. I'm not going to the middle of the Amazon forest. If I do get, I'll take a couple and then I'll get there.
Do you know what it is though? No, do you know what it is? I feel I'm really sorry, Europe, but if you go to a European country, it's no. It's only Lilettes without the applicator.
But you know what? I don't mind it.
No, I don't want to sit on the toilet and finger myself.
But that's why
it still
has a string.
No, but it's always so shallow. Because my fingers my fingers are not long enough to get right up into my fucking womb It doesn't come from your womb. My fingers aren't that long, so I can't shoot it up there. So it's always just sat right in my fucking...
In like a weird, like if you sit weird,
yeah,
it hurts.
it's like fucking sat in my labia. Like,
but that's the same reason why I don't
and then you've got blood all over your fingers, and then you're like, oh...
Yeah, but you know
it
what's
looks like
worse?
I've just fingered the Kool-Aid man.
You know what?
Like,
stop it. But I think that's also... Let me get through the story that I was giggling about. Right. I say about going to the Amazon forest and not having anything. I recently went to Cologne. I had tampons. I was on my period while traveling, and I thought I packed enough, but just had an extra day. It said, psych, here I am again. So Cologne became, I saw the cathedral, I saw the cute churches, and then it became an hour and a half of just me running around the city.
trying to find tampons.
Because everything in the touristic area is kiosk with snacks and alcohol.
Yeah, it's just...
It's a Sunday, so everything's closed. And I was like, oh my god. So
toilet paper.
So I did end up finding it in the train station, but it was literally, Cologne had become like me trying to find tampons and just like making sure that I just didn't, because I was backpacking as well, so it's not like I had an infinite amount of underwear.
You've reminded me of a fucking core memory. So, this isn't a horror story, right? Anyway, but it's funny. So, we were in deepest, darkest Italy. I was 15, nearly 16, so I'd had my period for a couple of years. Yeah, basically, we were going away. I don't think I was expecting to come on my period, but, you know, here she is, full of surprises. Like I said, we were in deepest, darkest Italy, a place called Perugia, if anybody out there.
Ooh.
Exactly. I once spoke to one of my Italian friends, and then she went, why would you go to Perugia?
Legit.
Anyway, we were on this, like, what was it? It's kind of, how do I describe it? Like, static home place. So it was just a plot of land in the mountains, in the fucking mountains in Umbria, just with these static homes. Basically, they were plotted there because it was beautiful, picturesque, lovely.
Fair.
Anyway, I get my period. We're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Nobody speaks English. My mum drives us to a local town, a hillside town called Spoleto. Oh yeah, core memories. I remember all the fucking names. And nobody speaks English, obviously. We're in the deepest, darkest Italy. We go into, like you say, like a little corner shop, hoping and praying.
Yeah.
We can't see any. But it's like a supermarket, so there is stuff where
There.
you would expect to find tampons. Anyway, my mum goes behind the counter and she goes, tampons. They're looking at her like, the fuck? She's like, Tampax, period. It's getting worse. God. It's getting worse. And then, thankfully, a woman walks out and she's like, Tampax. And then, obviously, that's quite a well-known brand. Everybody knows Tampax. Yeah. She's like, And then...
Stop it.
She goes, no Tampax. She goes, and starts gesturing Lillettes, basically. She starts gesturing. She goes, we have... Mama, up. And my mum was like, what? And she was like, we have, but...
Yeah.
And then my mum was like, she was like, just show me. Box of Lillettes. She goes, fucking give them to me. I'm waiting outside with an ice cream because I'm obviously mortified. She was like, ice cream, fuck off. Obviously, but she's a grown woman, she doesn't care. She's like, I'm never going to see you ever again. You'll just laugh about it with your friends about this crazy tourist lady asking for Tampax. You know, don't give a fuck. So the lady,
your mom's very much like that, which I adore.
I'm like that now, which is fine. I'd go to it, but like, that's the joy. You're never
when you're a teenager, you're shitting yourself about what everyone thinks about you.
So she drove me to this little corner shop, sat me outside with an ice cream. She goes, just wait there. Like, you know, you'll be fine. And then she comes out with these Lillettes, obviously, you know, non-applicator, and I'm just like, what are they? I've obviously never seen them before. And I'm like, what the fuck are they? She was like, they're fucking tampons. And I'm like, where's the applicator? She was like, oh no. And then she did what the woman in the shop, she went, gesturing. And I'm like, stop, let's go. And then, core memory, love it.
I usually use applicators, but then I recently, because in Cologne, they only had those called OB, I think, in Germany.
I think I know
the brand is called OB, but basically, they're
no applicator.
Like, they're no applicator, and then it took me back to like the first time I saw tampons in my mum's like bathroom, and I was like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, B, my mom did it. I can do it too. And now, honestly, I have, like, usually, with appliques, I can fit, like, 3 tampons in my little, like, pocket. I have, like, 9.
Yeah.
I was like,
that I get.
Oh,
as well,
great.
like, the thing is, if you're travelling and you're walking through a store, if you're, going to Boots, Superdrug here in the UK, your basic pharmacy kind of thing, I know what I'm looking for, I know the area it's in, but when you go to a different country, there's all these different brands, there's all these, like, you don't know what you're looking for, and you don't know where you're looking, and, like, the pharmacy, so you go to, like, your basic supermarket, the pharmacy aisle looks different in every fucking country, and you're just stood there, staring at it, looking at the Diorolite next to it, being like, they've got to be here, looking at the Buscopan, the fucking Diorolite, and then the hemorrhoid cream, and you're like, where is it?
You don't understand that it's hemorrhoid cream.
You
think it's
E45. Like, oh my god, and then you just stood there like, where's these fucking tampons? And you're hormonal, you're probably hot,
crying.
you're probably sweating, you're probably bloated, and you're like, I just want to get out of here.
Tampon.
I'm gonna roll up a leaf in a minute and shove it inside me.
Honestly.
I'm gonna
sometimes I thought about it.
Interestingly, somebody told me, I can't remember... So, I have a friend who does OnlyFans. Irrelevant.
Love that.
She said, basically, if she wants to film a scene... Because, say, for example...
The beauty blender.
Well, a sponge. A
sponge, yeah.
She said, I can't miss a week of no filming. And she was like, what if it goes on longer than a week? That's then 2 weeks of no filming. Yeah. So she said she just gets a sponge from Poundland, wherever. Obviously, not with the green Brillo, just a sponge. And she will cut it up and plug her up.
How does she put it out?
She's got to fish it out, yeah. But she said she didn't put it up too high. But also, interestingly, she said that when she's filming a scene with a man, he actually can't tell that it's up there, no matter how big his knob is. It's because, well, it also, think about it, it kind of feels like skin.
Yeah, but wouldn't that push it up?
Essentially. I don't know.
God, but that's why I don't like Diva cups, because Diva cups are fine.
Oh.
Listen, if I was at home and I could dip it out and, like, not have to... But imagine you had to, like, dip it out in the middle... Knowing the flow that I have...
Can you imagine you're in a public bathroom and you've got to fish that shit out?
Fish that shit out, like, dip it, and then clean it.
Yeah.
Like...
In a public bathroom,
I couldn't do it. And
they're
like, oh my god, it lasts for, like, 8 hours. Do you know the flow that I have?
But also,
I would have to, like...
As well, hear me out. That's the only plus side to a Diva cup, or a Moon cup, or whatever. For me, that's the only plus side, is that I could leave it in all day and not worry about it.
See, but I couldn't.
But as well...
You've got to finger myself.
It's the fishing it out. And, like, my friend uses one, and she was talking about how, obviously, you've got to, like, fold it, and it takes a bit of getting used to. I'm like, no... I'd rather have the Lillettes, let's be real.
Yeah, I'd rather have
that conversation with the women in Perugia again.
Yeah.
All over again.
I'd rather have a little dildo stuck in me.
Because, like, as well...
And then a cup.
A cup, yeah, just...
This is weird.
Because, like, as well...
Was it you?
It probably was me.
Said the grind coffee pods remind them of...
Yes! Because they fucking do. Have you seen them? Have you seen them?
Yeah, because you told me, and then I saw a little ad for
they're little pink coffee pods that are like Nespresso pods. People at home, if you don't know what a grind coffee pod is, Google it. Tell me it doesn't look like a Diva cup.
But then I saw an ad on the train the other day, and I just started giggling to myself, and people around me were probably like, "This bitch is crazy."
No.
She's a crazy bitch.
Also, as well, like, what are your pains and symptoms and PMS like?
I definitely get a lot of cramps, and I wake up at night a lot when I'm getting... Because they're just that painful,
Wow.
and I'm quite stubborn at, like... Obviously, I'm unlearning to not talk about it and not be a stubborn bitch and just push through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually don't take any painkillers because I'm like, Mom told me...
Tough it out!
Yeah, that's how we grew up. It's like, tough it out.
Women in medieval times used to blot it.
So I'm trying to unlearn it.
With hate!
But my cramps are, like, so bad. I wake up multiple times a night. What else? My cravings, I think... Cravings not as much, and I think because I'm allowing myself to have a healthier relationship with my body and food in general, I'm not craving chocolate to the same extent that I used to crave it, because I'm allowing myself to have that extra piece when my body's listening in general. Let me see. My tits.
Oh my god.
I'm just sitting here without a bra, and it's like, I feel the sensitivity just like...
Not even sensitivity, pain.
It's just, God.
I have a boob headache. I have a boob headache. And no amount of paracetamol painkillers will take it away.
My nipples are also very, like, sensitive. Like, just now, I took my bra.
Mine hurt.
Yeah,
they're not sensitive. They fucking hurt.
Yeah, it's like sensitive to the point where it hurts.
Like putting on a bra.
That's what I took it off as soon as I got home.
I don't even wear underwire bras, and I wear sports bras, and they still fucking hurt.
I don't wear padded bras. I've started wearing like non-padded bras. I was like, oh god,
no.
But even then, my nipples are so sensitive and it hurts. I'm also horny as fuck.
Oh no,
bro.
I'm not.
Oh my god, I want to fuck
actually,
everything.
That might be a lie.
That sounds so bad, but like, I know I'm gonna get my period when I'm like, I want to have a wank on a daily.
I'm 50-50. So, hear me out.
When I'm on my period, then I'm like, I'm fat and ugly, and I never want to be seen as a sexual being. But like, leading up to it, I'm like, oh my god.
No.
Next man in the street.
I find, interestingly, when I'm on my period, fine.
Yeah.
When I'm
bleeding, when I'm on my period, I'm just bleeding.
Fine.
It's just
I'm a little bit bloated, so we're going to wear baggy jumpers and trousers, you know, fun, or maybe no trousers, if you work from home, like me. But the week before,
pain.
Hell.
That's where I'm at right now.
Fucking hell. Get me off this mortal coil. I've had enough. My boobs are literally like rocks.
Yep.
They might as well be boulders tied to my chest, because that's what it feels like.
Yeah. Lower back pain as well.
You've never known such an emotional being.
No.
The paranoia is rife.
That's something else. My anxiety goes... I literally texted my flatmate this morning and I was like, am I annoying? Out of nowhere. She was like, are you going to get your period? I was like, yes.
Yes! I told my partner that I felt like a lump. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I don't know, I just feel lumpy and everybody hates me.
I also get very like...
But like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, I want to help you, but you gotta give me more context. You gotta tell me
what is going on.
He was like, Nella, I'm really sorry, but sometimes before you come on your period, it's like talking to a child. Because like, oh, this is my personal favourite, and you're gonna take this, and everybody listening to this podcast is gonna take it. Spicy brain.
Spicy brain.
Spicy brain.
What do you mean?
So it basically means you're feeling overwhelmed, you can't get your words out, you're foggy.
Me?
Spicy brain.
Right now?
Spicy brain.
I took spicy brain as a horny fucker.
Yeah, so period, fine. I'll probably cry every day that I'm on, which is okay.
I'm more sensitive. I'm definitely more sensitive to things like... Things that I usually, like, I'm sensitive about, but I don't usually cry about. Like, the other day I was talking to a friend, and he's going through a little something, and I felt like I was overwhelming him. And I was like, I'm sorry if anything's overwhelming you. He's like, yeah, a bit. Any other time, I would have been like...
My favourite.
Sorry, I'm sorry, have a good day. And I said that, but then I turned around and cried to myself. I was like,
bitch,
I'm so annoying, and he hates me.
Bitch.
And, like, I never want to see him again. He's never going to want to see me. We're never going to have kids. Like, this whole spiral.
I cried at MasterChef.
I cried at Bluey.
Bluey is fucking emotional. Stop it. It's a fucking roller coaster. Don't
honestly.
Dad. Mom.
Bingo.
Dad. Bingo.
Airport. I'm not going to the airport.
Roller coaster emotions. No. So yeah, the week before, I am a mess. I am a wreck. So like the physical side effects, not too bad for me. I'm just a bit bloated, and I have heavy boobs. My boobs feel like a fucking airport runway. Because they've been fucking rolled over so many times. But whilst I'm on, not bad.
Yeah,
just
same.
a bit bloated and a bit cryy. Literally. But how sweet is this? My partner bought and read a book on women's health.
I love it.
And do you know what he said? He said, I want to understand you better.
Oh.
And then at the end, he's a little baby Taurus, that's why. He's a little Taurus, that's why he did that. That's the only reason he did that. But, like, he was like, and then he finished the book, closed it, and went, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, baby. And he was like, how can one person or one type of person feel all those things? I'm like, I don't. That's why I get overwhelmed.
That's why I cry.
I'll cry. Not even at anything. I'll just sit there and start streaming tears. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
And I think growing up with a sister, it's funny how different things manifest.
Yeah.
It's like such a similar thing manifests so differently for us.
So differently.
Because she's always a bitch. I love you. But she becomes
a harridan,
more of a bitch.
a monster. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh
No,
guys.
I'm not aggressive. It's either horny or sad.
Oh, I'm always
But
horny.
even the horniness is not crazy.
I am so horny. Maybe it's the fact because I haven't had sex in like over 4 months now.
It's not crazy.
And I'm like, I need it in general because I have needs. But oh my God.
No,
oh my God.
If I were to say an emotion I feel more, it's sad. Just sad and anxious.
I feel like I've learned to over therapize myself, which is why I'm good at I'm annoyingly good at identifying where my feelings are coming. Like, if I'm genuinely sad about something, it's because something's happened. If I'm suddenly feeling sad because a strawberry didn't cross the street properly, or like a strawberry got like dropped, I'm like,
if the man in the Tesco Express near me asks if I'm okay,
I will sob.
No. But like as well, we were talking about this earlier, and I actually believe it's true. Women only have 1 week where their hormones their hormones and their physical body and their emotional state are normal.
Yeah,
which is
ridiculous.
Bonkers.
It's ridiculous.
Because women can feel...
Hi, hot neighbour.
Stop.
Sorry.
He knows you're looking at him now. No, she's just about to come on, that's why she's doing that. But women...
I do it all month around.
Women can PMS and feel the symptoms of a period up to 2 weeks before they come on their period.
I'm the perfect example. I've been feeling bloated for about a week now with cravings, and my lower back has been...
cravings.
And then this week, I'm getting heavy cramps.
Yeah,
and
I'm thankful I don't get cramps. So thankful.
I will bleed next week for about 5 days.
Yeah, the period actually for me isn't that bad. It's like, day 1 is actually kind of light, kind of okay.
Yeah,
day two horrific. No. Don't even talk to me.
Murder scene.
I'll be like 3 and 4, okay, and then maybe day 5 would be a bit of barbecue sauce and we're okay. Then we're off. Then we're fine.
Yeah. I think day 4 for me is like, oh, we're lighting up. Yeah. And then day 5 is like, sec, we're back.
Yeah, it's
one night only.
It's like a roller coaster and we're straight back down again.
Yeah.
But like, for me, the worst part is actually the week before. Yeah. I'm so thankful I don't... Do you know what? It's like a little sixth sense. It will be like 2 weeks before my period, and I'm like, ooh, feel a bit funny here.
Yeah.
A little bit insane. A little bit insane in the membrane. Week before, my tits are going to fall off.
My bra won't fit.
I'm crying at a man downstairs who's begging for change. And then literally the week after, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Then my body will slowly, girlies, slowly go back to normal.
Yeah.
Ever so slowly. Like, I'll still be bloated and I'm like, oh my God, I put on so much weight. You're going to have to wheel me around. It's like a beach rail. It's like, oh my God, Shamu's back in London.
Stop it.
And then, but that's like the one, and then like maybe I'll be slightly back to normal. But that's still a week.
1 week.
But that's still a week of the quote unquote normal where my bloat is going down, my emotions are starting to level out. So it's not actually a full week of being normal.
No. So when you won't really get a break. I haven't had a break since I was 11.
Right? This is all these questions. You're gearing up for my quiz, girl. Like, it's so good. So before the quiz, we wanted to bust a few myths with you. Because, interestingly, some of these, you know, I've thought maybe before, I don't know. But yes, this is...
I think there's some that I've heard before.
Some I've heard before.
From men.
From men. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was literally about to go, this is for the men out there. But, if I'm honest, actually, this is for the people out there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they come in all shapes and sizes. So the first one is, This is gonna light you up, and I fucking can't wait. Period pains aren't that bad.
I'm gonna fucking rock someone up. If someone says, oh, they're not that bad, I dare you.
I
You're
could
gonna get a cramp. You're gonna be on the floor for 15 minutes.
I could knock Anthony Joshua out.
Yeah,
I could
honestly,
do it.
I'll catch a case.
Yep, 100%.
You have to like
see
let
me
me
in
out
court.
of jail.
See me in court, bitch.
Legit, it's so painful. I think it's debilitating, and I think people don't really understand. Obviously, it comes in all like some people don't have cramps. If they
I'm
do,
not
it's
too
a little
bad.
pinch.
Yeah, mine's a little pinch.
Mine, I have the highest pain tolerance. I have to be stopped to tell. Like I have, anyway. I have a very high pain tolerance, and it debilitates me. I have to stop and sit down and take a deep breath.
But the worst part is, ibuprofen, paracetamol, even the Nurofen that's targeted for
Specific.
period pain doesn't even touch the surface.
See, this is why my nan comes from Spain, where you can get 800 milligrams
Of codeine? Cocodamol?
of ibuprofen.
Oh.
So every time I go to Spain, I come back.
Morphine, I feel, would be the only thing.
Genuinely.
I don't even get these types of cramps, and I just know.
My mom used to say.
I just know.
My mom used to take a shot of something. I think it was like anisette to like ease the pain. Why? I don't know. But if I just know that if
Do you mean absinthe?
Anise. Anyway, it's
Yeah. Moving on.
whatever. But if I had to take a shot for every single cramp,
gotcha.
I would have to be admitted into Alcoholics Anonymous because it's so bad and
Yeah.
it's so often, especially at night when my body relaxes a little more and it comes on stronger.
But even if it's not that bad, you're still in pain.
Yeah, oh my
You're
god,
still in pain.
I'm sitting here and my back is just like
Like people
on fire.
People are at work and they're like, "Oh my god, I've got a really bad headache. I'm gonna go home." Period pains are worse.
legit.
Because they're exhausting as well. And I don't, like I said, I'm really sorry. Mostly men.
Which is-
they don't take it seriously.
No, which is working in like a male-dominated industry. I know I'm gonna
I
call my
don't.
boss.
I don't, and I'm so thankful.
Oh, like I know I'm gonna call my boss one time and I'll be like, "Hi, babe, my period
It's a no.
killing me," and he's gonna be like, "You can still come in because whatever."
Yeah.
And I think men in general are getting better at it because we're talking more about it.
Yeah.
But like I remember,
Oh no! In my
nightmare.
office, if one of the girls goes, "Oh, I've just come on my period," or "Oh my god, I'm about to come on my period," it is like fucking, firemen have just got a call out that there's a fire.
Yeah.
Swinging down the pole. I'm going to the shop. Do you want any chucky? Oh, do you want
Yeah.
heat pads? Do you want this? Oh, I've got tampons. Girlie, go home. You're fine. Do it. Like all
Yeah.
systems go. Navy
Yeah.
SEAL operation.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I've
Yeah.
always actually worked in
female-dominated spaces.
predominantly female-dominated spaces. I mean, there are men, but, it's mainly the world of women where I work.
I think the fact that my colleague is also a woman helps because
Yeah.
I'll tell her and I'll be like,
I'm off.
I
Terratrej.
have to go for a walk, and she's like, "Yeah, take your time."
Like, literally.
But my boss
I swear
wouldn't understand that.
I swear there was that YouTube video of these guys that simulated...
I've seen so
period-
many of those, and it brings me
there's,
joy.
there's one that simulated
The
labour.
Try Guys did it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Try Guys was labour.
Yeah, they did
But I've
labour,
seen
and they were like,
cramps.
that's the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
And there was another group of lads that did period pains, and it was
Yeah.
those, they put like electroshock pads on
Yeah.
their belly and stuff like that.
We did it with my brother and my dad. at
And
home
they
during
were
the
like,
pandemic.
oh my god, that was so painful.
Yeah.
But I feel like for some women, it's even worse than those electroshock pads.
Yeah, because we did it. This was during the
What
pandemic.
did you use?
So, because my mom has a lot of like muscle issues, so like that's
Oh, okay,
that
yeah.
actually like really helps
Yeah.
like sort of like loosen the muscle.
Soothe it, yeah.
So my brother was playing with it, and so we're like, let's do it.
No.
So he had 2 packs because it's 4 stickers. So he had 2 stickers, and I placed them at the same time.
Mm.
And we were on like level 2, and he was like, "Oh, this is not
Yeah.
this is not comfortable." And we're like, "Oh, I was like, "Oh, you turned it on," and he's like, "You're fucking around." I was like, "No,
Literally.
babe, no, I'm not.
Nope.
No, I'm not.
Nope.
This is wow. The machine's on. Wow,
Yeah.
didn't even notice."
And it goes back to that period shame, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That, like, being on your period is shameful and embarrassing, and why do you have to bring it up? And it's like, look,
Which is, I don't understand why everyone has, not everyone, but every...
It's a bodily function.
Yeah.
It's a bodily
like men
function.
Have wet dreams. We have period.
Men get unexpected boners.
Yeah.
We get period. Our second myth
Yeah.
is, we've kind of already covered this, but being on your period is just the bleeding.
Lies.
Nope.
Lies, I'm an Ellie.
Literally, like, it's the
It varies.
It's the hormones. It's the PMS. It's the bleeding. It's the pain. It's the physical pain.
It's the month. You never really get a break.
No. Next one, because we kind of covered that one. We don't need to cover that one. When your periods stop, it can only mean you're pregnant.
Lies, I'm an Ellie part 2.
No.
So many things. Your body, I don't think people realize how, like, fragile your body is.
So it's so complex.
Period, like, I think, like, I was opening a show last year, and I was late by...
You could be late for, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, you could be
You
like...
could miss one!
You can miss one. You could get 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Not the same time. 2 within a month.
Yep,
But I literally was, like, so stressed. Even though I didn't feel stressed, my body knew I was doing something that wasn't normal. Yeah. And I was late, and the first thing I did, I was like, I'm gonna take a pregnancy test.
Interestingly, so your period being late is kind of like your body's way of protecting you. It's kind of like, hell no,
something's wrong here.
You can't face this. If you lose blood, you might, who knows? Because you could be late because of mental health, or even you can miss a period for mental health issues.
Oh my god, yeah.
You can miss a period if you're not eating properly. You can miss a period if you're not sleeping properly.
Yeah.
You can miss a period if you have chronic health issues.
Yeah. Oh my god, I got 3 periods.
Yeah.
In just the pure transition of new job and ending university.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I called the NHS. I was like, babe, 3rd period in September.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
They were like, have you changed your environment? I was like, yeah, I got a new job. And they're like, yeah, babe.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Interestingly,
as
my mum was transitioning to the menopause, she had a mega period.
Yeah.
So she was on for like, I think maybe 3-4 months straight, no break.
That.
And she's like, what is going on? So like, same as you, she like went to the doctors and they were like, oh, you're transitioning to the menopause. And she was like, what do you mean? And she was like, basically, all of your hormones are almost forcing you to have a period, and your physical body changing over is forcing your uterine lining to shed and not stop because your body can't retain it.
God.
Or something like that. Again, like we said, not doctors.
That's something else I'm horrified about, menopause.
Literally, it's like okay, you go from one horrific thing
to the other.
No,
but I think for me, it's more the fact that menopause is like, my nan got the menopause.
It's not a fun time.
It's not a fun time, but I think my nan, I want kids, for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to carry my own kids. That is...
Oh, wow. She went through it early?
Yeah.
No.
So now my mum's had the talk with me where it's like, I want to say, not a doctor, but historically, because my mum got the menopause at 46,
wow.
But my nan got it at 32.
Whoa.
So we're sort of like, where will you land?
Walking on eggshells, yeah.
So my mum's like, you have until you're 30 to have kids.
Yeah, oh my god.
Guaranteed, let me tell you right now. And I was like, I cry about it at least once a year.
Oh my god.
Usually around my birthday, where it's like, I have 5 years.
Yeah,
and people are like, no, you can still adopt. But I think for me, I want to have my own babies.
Yeah.
I want to have that.
And that's a personal choice,
yeah,
isn't
oh my
it?
god. It's like, I want to have that experience with my partner, and I want to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly with it.
I can't think of anything worse.
I know.
No. Do you know what it is? It's quite sad, actually. I want children.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You don't?
No.
Do you know why that is?
So part of it is the physical side.
Yeah, fair.
Like, physically carrying a child. Nope, not cool with it. Also, as well, I've got a shit ton of health issues, so, again, that's kind of worrying. Health is wealth, guys. And also, as well, I'm selfish.
Fair.
I'm so fucking selfish.
Which, fair enough.
And I would want to give my child the best that life has to offer.
Yeah.
And I want to do that freely without being like, I have to do that because it's my kid.
Yeah.
I want to.
You want to enjoy the process.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Fair enough.
I really don't. No.
And maybe it's a thing of age, maybe.
Like I said, I hope it changes because,
now,
having a family is a joyous thing.
Yeah.
But no.
I think I want, oh god, my baby fever's all
Nope.
over.
No.
Whew. I have to stop myself. I'm like, oh, I'll see a cute baby, and I'm like,
See, I get like that over puppies.
oh, I saw a little puppy this morning, and he was so cute.
I'll have a horde of puppies.
Yes.
That's fine. I'll be that crazy auntie at your wedding going, you guys are going to be together forever, holding a glass of wine and holding the bottle in the other hand, and then going, do you guys want a tarot reading? Or like,
tarot
have you got
reading?
a cigarette? I'll buy one off you.
Oh,
like
I
to all the
will.
young kids. Really
Oh,
embarrassing
God.
them. Okay, next one.
Do you want to turn the light on? Sorry. It's getting dark.
Next one. We'll do it at the end.
Okay.
Next one. Consistency. Next one. Only women get periods.
Lies.
Lies. So this obviously pertains to transgender men and non-binary people as well. Like, it's that whole discussion, isn't it? As transgender men and women are women or men, and we need to accept them as that. Even non-binary people as well. We need to be accepting of people in the genders that they are and that they feel comfortable in. And like, you know, it's a very sensitive topic, and it's not like, I can't even imagine feeling like I was born in the wrong body and having to go through normal bodily things
Without feeling that it's
that gender goes through, such as periods, and feeling completely alienated from that.
Yeah.
Because periods are not fun as it is.
No.
And can you imagine...
I think there's already so much period shame as a female identifying
Oh
person.
my god.
I can't imagine I'm glad that there's all this conversation about trans people.
Oh god, yeah.
Because I can't imagine periods are so isolating at a certain age as well.
Well,
Plus that element of
gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
And being
that has to be the most horrifying thing.
Like, God. And I love how adverts now are, like, I think it was a brand of period pants, and they were including trans... I'm so sorry, I always get it the wrong way around. Trans men? Mm-hmm. Yeah, trans men. And not... Yeah, so you're a woman and you're transitioning to a man.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
so a trans man was born a woman. And even non-binary people as well.
Yeah.
Like, yes, okay, it's just a word to you, man, woman, but...
Yeah, but so much more for
it's
them.
so much more. Even for, like, a non-binary person, it's so much more. It's how you feel. It's how you go. It's how you interact with yourself and the world.
Yeah.
So even something maybe as simple as inserting a tampon or putting in a
can
panty
be
liner...
so triggering and, like...
horrific!
Yeah.
Which is why I think as well that the period pants is a really good idea, because again, even if you're feeling that gender dysphoria, alienation from your body, because it's not about feeling alienation from a gender, it's feeling complete alienation from your body. And then having to insert something into
a body,
a genital you don't like,
or
triggering, horrific, you know, and people need to accept that.
Yeah.
You know, be
and talk about it.
Because it, like you say, it's double-edged, because, okay, yes, you know, when people are on their periods, people are really supportive, like, oh, are you okay? Do you need anything? But for transgender men and non-binary people, there's an added layer, which is, I'm on my period, however, there's this added layer of, like we say, dysphoria and alienation from one's body.
Yeah.
Which is...
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Oh my god.
Okay. Periods are shameful is one, but we've gone over that.
Yeah.
That's a myth. They are not.
They're not shameful.
They're normal, you know.
Normal.
It doesn't mean you're dirty. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't...
I saw this thing. I was watching another podcast. And this man... It was a man who said this.
Shock horror.
But just because it's natural, it doesn't mean it's beautiful.
What?
Like...
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm not saying... Like, for example, I think he used periods. But, for example, like... body hair. Let's say in his partner... He wouldn't, like, just because... You know, if you have no issue with not shaving...
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. But, for example, he said if my partner like, didn't shave her armpits.
Yeah.
Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's beautiful.
But that's beautiful to him.
Yeah.
Some women... some people... I realise we've been saying women this whole...
Yeah, well...
This whole podcast, when it's
Yeah.
actually some people, they actually find... You know, the cycle, the menstrual cycle, quite beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the moon. It's womanhood, feminism.
Yeah.
Like leaning into your femininity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually do
also
find it beautiful.
a germaphobe, so
I'm not a fan.
I'm not
of
a
my
fan.
period. But do you know what I do like about it? It
humbles me.
No, shows me I'm human. No, it's helpful for me. Personally, because it tells me I'm not pregnant.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's why it's actually helpful for me.
It tells me I'm not pregnant.
And you know what? We were talking about, obviously, birth control earlier. Even if I was on birth control, say, for example, I was on the pill and I didn't have a period, would I be worried? Yes.
Oh my god, I think I've taken more pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
Well, on birth control.
Yeah, then off. Yeah. You know?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like, how can I have a...
I don't know if you feel this. Once I've finished my period and, you know, I've gone through all the
withdrawal
down processing of emotions and physical, you know, flushed it out, shall we say.
Yeah.
I feel like a new woman. I feel clear. I feel clear-headed. I feel refreshed. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm ready to take on the world.
Ready to take on the world. I'll tell you a fun fact, though, going back to the birth control thing. My mum got pregnant with my brother. She was on the pill, and they used a condom.
Your brother's a miracle child.
Yeah.
That condom was broken, and to be fair, it's only 93 to 98%
literally
effective.
The Immaculate Conception. No
I think that's another
wonder he's golden boy. Yeah, let's be real as well.
I think it's, people... Ah! Sorry, the foxes are horny.
I thought that was a cat.
No, that's...
A fox.
The foxes have been absolutely
feral.
Horny.
They also, when foxes are having sex, it sounds like a woman being murdered.
You know what? The last few nights,
sorry.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I've been waking up at,
horrified.
I feel like I have to call the police.
Like, one of my old flats had, what's it called?
You should stay over one night.
One of my old flats, it had a group of foxes. So basically, it was an up and a down. So we had the up, but the garden space was completely blocked off. Like, nobody, not even the downstairs flat could use it. I don't know why. Anyway, a family of foxes had moved in. So literally, it was hilarious. We heard the screaming, the shouting. I'm bolted upright in the middle of the night, like, oh my god, is somebody... I lived in East London at the time, like...
We are currently in East London.
Yeah, but I lived in East London at the time. Could very well be... a malicious activity, you know. So I bolted up. Oh my god.
Someone's being murdered.
Panicked. Somebody's being murdered. It's like Jack the Ripper. Somebody's being murdered. Bolted upright. I look out the window, you know, trying to see clues. It's like fucking Sherlock Holmes out there. I look down. Two foxes just cleared off.
Honestly, and then I hate that they get more action than I do.
But it was so sweet. A couple of weeks later... Not weeks, sorry. A couple of months later, there was about 3 little cubs.
Oh,
it was very
See,
sweet.
I don't see the fruits of the labor, so
I saw the fruits.
I'm just hearing horrible noises, and I don't see the outcome.
They'd made that like a nest, basically.
Oh,
it was. Anyway. Baby foxes are very, very cute.
They're very cute.
Last myth.
Go on, yeah.
This might rile you up.
Go on.
And I'm going to say it in my best jaunty bonty accent. You know what? I just didn't get it. There is so not a tax on tampons.
That is...
Like, women just need to get over it, yeah? Like, have you seen how much razors are? Like, that's the same thing.
I want to deck a financial threat.
Crypto bros out there,
please mind your fucking business.
Please.
If you pull that shit, I'm going to ask...
Please buy a book on women's health. Thank you, crypto bros.
No, just...
Thank you, society.
If you ask a dumb question, I'm going to ask why we don't print more money, and I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to let you just rile each other out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying, and I think... Like, if we do the math, let's say... Where's my phone?
So we Googled it. There isn't actually a tampon tax now. It was abolished. It was abolished in 2021. We Googled on the Gov website. However,
let's say.
Previously it was sitting at £5.
Let's say, how much is a box of tampons?
A lot.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. That's how I feel too. Can you imagine as well if the podcast can't hear that fox screaming and it's just silence and it's like, I feel you, gal.
Let's see. Tampons.
How much are tampons?
We're going to do the math.
Wow, we are so ignorant. How much are tampons?
It's because I have no choice but to pay.
Literally,
so
literally, that's the thing, isn't it?
$5.75.
$5.75 plus 5%.
$5.75 because
that's the thing, isn't it? We just because
pads because I don't sleep with tampons.
Yeah, I thought that toxic shock was going to be so much more prevalent in my life than it was.
I'm scared. Right. Why is Amazon Boots $3.40 for a pack of pads? $3.40.
Oh, also those
plus $3.40 because I usually go through a few.
Yeah, hear me out. Those guys out there that fucking say, "Oh, you don't go through a whole box on your cycle." Yes,
I fucking
you do. Yes, you do. Why?
Multiple.
Why? Because if you're really heavy, you will change.
I change my pad about
3 times a day.
Tampon. I go through 3 tampons a day.
Yeah, when you're really, really heavy. Obviously, as your period lightens throughout the cycle, maybe like once or twice, but like 3 times a day. So,
let's
like,
say plus another 5.
It's so bad. Like,
I've gone through. I usually go for the big boxes because I know.
I do. Yeah, the Supermax, the green ones.
So 2 boxes of tampons and 2 boxes of pads. According to Boots, is £18
with the tampon tax or without.
Without, because
without. I'm so ignorant because I just pick up the box and go.
Yeah, like you have no choice.
You have no choice.
Either you pay for 45 new Levi's jeans or you pay £5.
Yeah, and as well,
ibuprofen.
I'm a bit stingy, so I will buy the cardboard applicator ones. If you're buying,
I don't.
If you're buying,
I make sure that dildo is like.
if you're buying Tampax Pearl Compact.
It's not Pearl, but it's the.
No, it's Pearl. It's the blue one.
No, but there's one that's like compact, but it's not Pearl.
No, you can get Pearl Compact.
Oh, that's some bougie shit.
No, exactly.
That's
you're looking at £6-7 for a box.
Fuck that.
No, you can get compact Pearl, 100. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Girl.
But like we say, because you have to buy it,
we don't even
you just go and go. And if I guess like I'm kind of stingy. I'll buy the cardboard applicator ones, which are kind of expensive. Well, they're not. They're like, I think the cardboard applicator ones are maybe like £5.
It's so ridiculous.
You could go for the ones without the applicator.
Piece of paper.
You could go for the ones without the applicator. The Lilettes, the OBs out there, but they're not drastically cheaper. They're still maybe £3, maybe
£4. £8 because I go through 2 boxes of.
Oh, you're doing it with the tax now?
No, this is ibuprofen.
Oh, fuck me. Great.
What else? Ibuprofen, tampons, pads.
Are you asking me to guess?
No. I'm just like doing the list.
Yeah.
Prepping.
Yeah.
I don't know, plus, shall we say 20 of creaming?
No. Plus takeout pizza.
Right, so far it's at 26.3. Without tax.
Tampon tax, which is, like we said, 5%.
£30.
With the tax?
I don't know. Let's approximate. £30 a month.
Yeah.
Times 12. That's £386 a year. Without tax.
Without the tampon tax.
Right.
Which, like we said, I'll say it again. 5% fucking percent.
Right.
Not 2.
400.
5.
I have had my period now.
Yep.
For what? 13 years?
What did you say? 11?
11, yeah. 13 years. That is $5,021.9.
So, those assholes out there that are saying, and you know what? Actually, no, I'm going to single you out. Men. Because it is. No woman would say this shit.
Complained up.
Like, those men out there that
and if she has, she's a pick-me girl.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Oh, I game. Shut up, me don't. Yeah, you game. You played Stardoll back in the day. That's your gaming. Sorry, we get really bitchy about, pick-me girls. Anyway.
We hate them.
So
we bonded over them.
So the men out there that say, buying tampons is not that expensive, get over it.
I could have a house by now.
Literally. You only go through 1 box on your cycle. However, even if I did...
Oh my god, underwear!
Even if I did go through 1 box on my cycle, still, Times that by 12. Dickhead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, £5,000 on period products.
Yeah, period products.
Do you know what I would do with £5,000 right now?
I love fucking...
And we get paid less than men. So
yeah, fuck that.
y'all can fuck.
Are you ready?
No.
It is time.
For the quiz.
For the quiz.
The quiz.
What's quiz in Spanish? Quiz.
Quiz. I don't know, like...
Really?
Test, un examen. But examen is like a test, like a proper test.
Yeah, no, this is a fun
Trivia?
quiz.
I don't know.
Trivia? Anyway, alright, you ready?
Am I? Oh, I'm tested. Okay.
You are being tested, yeah. No
Okay.
one else is here.
Well, the ghost, maybe. I don't know.
Question 1.
Question 1.
So,
Yeah.
there is a condition called vicarious menstruation,
Oh my god.
which can make you bleed out of which organ? A.
What?
A. Your eyes.
But
B. Your liver. C. Your pancreas. You weren't expecting that out of the gate, were you?
no.
Here we are.
Pancreas?
Do you want me to repeat the question? No? You're saying pancreas?
Yeah.
You ready? It's your eyes.
Shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
No, I swear.
No,
I
it's
googled.
not.
Yep. Vicarious menstruation is where you have your period out of another organ,
Ah!
but because it has to be expelled from your body,
Oh my god.
it is most commonly your eyes
I'm gonna shit
or your
myself.
ears.
Stop.
However, it's a very, very, very,
I
very,
just got
very,
goosebumps. I shaved yesterday. I can
it's
feel
a
my
very,
hair growing. I
very,
just got
very
goosebumps.
uncommon
Oh.
condition. It's very uncommon.
That makes me.
Your eyes. You look like Le Chiffre from James Bond Casino
Stop
Royale.
it.
He might have had
That's actually sent goosebumps all over my body. That's
right. This one's going to make you shit yourself.
No.
What percentage of women have period stains in every pair of underwear? 34%,
So specific.
44%,
Oh.
or 54%?
54%.
Yeah, bang on.
Yeah, because I have
period stains in every fucking pair of underwear I own.
I have like specific period underwear.
I should probably start. But
They're
there are
still phones,
no.
because
But
I'm a
there
sassy
are
woman.
times when you think you're off your period, so you wear your nice pants.
You know what? Yes.
So you wear your nice pants,
Yep.
and then you do a sneeze, and you're like, oh,
Ooh.
okay.
You know what? I would think about it. I'm like, yeah. Yep.
This one's surprising. What household item can help regulate your cycle? A nightlight, the shower, or the toilet?
Sorry?
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes.
Okay. What household item? I should so be on the chase as the presenter. Let's just say that. I've got the charisma, uniqueness, never talent. What household item?
Can't.
I'm not going to say it again. Listen. What household item can help you regulate your cycle?
Why is it going to be the nightlight?
Because it is the nightlight. It's called light therapy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the vitamin D.
Right.
That's why people...
Yep.
I know sinking is not a real thing now. They proved it wrong. But I do think that people get synced similarly because of the amount of light that they receive. Because my sister and I are synced. And we receive...
And you're on different sides of the country. Country? World.
What?
Why are tampons sold in boxes of 18? On average, that's how many women go through on their cycle. Shut up, crypto bros. That was the cheapest option to manufacture, because you will have some left over and you won't be caught short.
Some leftover, you won't be caught short.
Nay.
No.
On average, that's how many women go through on their cycle.
I hate that all of this is because
But-
men have done science.
But
And they think
also,
that that's it.
can I just put that out there, crypto bros? That's still only one box of tampons. If you need pads, you're going to have to buy more. And as well, some women will go through more.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up before you say anything.
It's because a lot of the science that we know about periods and just a lot of medical sciences in general is made by men.
Fuckers.
So, like, polycystic ovarian syndrome, there's no cysts in your ovaries.
When I was doing my research for my quiz, I found out that the first patent pending for a pad, man,
Man.
fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Right. This one might surprise you. how many milliliters of blood do you lose during each period?
It's actually not that much.
Nope. 60, 70, or 80?
60.
Bang on.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like that, let me tell you right now.
Nope.
It feels like 6 liters. Especially when I bleed through the sheets.
Oh, bitch. What can make your cramps feel better?
An orgasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to be an orgasm, a hot water bottle, or chocolate.
An orgasm.
Personally, I would say all three, but science
yeah,
tells us
all three. But I try if I'm
Yeah.
getting really bad cramps during my period, which
Flushes.
is rare.
Blushes.
I literally take the vibrator
Yeah.
to the shower
Hear me out.
because it's great. It hurts at first, but then I'm like, oh, that's actually quite good.
Right. What changes whilst you're on your period? Your voice, your pupil size, the oil in your hair.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the oil in your hair.
You are wrong. It's your voice.
It's your voice.
It's your voice. It is also your
Okay, cool.
scent. Your musk changes.
I wonder how much of
It's
this
the-
is just because your body needs to know that it's time to reproduce, and it's like
Potentially.
looking for
We
scent of a man. It's like
we are mammals.
father.
We are mammals.
Yeah.
That we do release pheromones. We do release
Yeah.
scents.
maybe like the voice gets sexier.
I will tell you though, if I am releasing some wild pheromones, is my partner more attracted to me? No.
No.
He
I'm still a cave.
he would like to send me off to go live in Oliver's lair with Fagin whilst I'm on my period, and then take me back. Right. You've already answered this, and it's ruined my quiz.
Sorry,
True or false? Syncing up is a myth.
it's enough.
It's a myth.
Yeah.
Although we do it.
It's not
We
for
do.
the reason.
It's not. There's no science to back
There's
it
no blue-
whatsoever, which to me is
Bonkers.
bonkers.
Wasn't there a time at university where all the girls in our group like synced up? If it wasn't the three of us,
there would be two on at the same time during
all three at the same
Yeah,
time,
so it would-
constantly.
But also as well, it would be like you, one friend, the next friend, me, one friend, the next friend,
Yeah.
and literally go around. Some people thinks it's to do with the moon, which I'm like, what?
I think to an extent, maybe, but like I think it's just the routine, because we all had a very
Maybe.
similar routine.
Or even like we say, the scents that you're
It's the
releasing.
donuts.
It's the Morrison's.
the
donuts.
Morrison's 50p
But
donuts.
maybe that's what it is in terms of sort of your body. So say for example, because like I googled earlier, your smell changes when you're on your period. Your musk changes.
Mhm.
Maybe another woman would smell that, and then they'd be like, "Oh, time."
Yeah.
Okay.
Qué curioso.
Next one. On average, how many years of your life will you spend on your period? I do not believe this for a fucking second.
Because it's
But it is on average.
are you not surprised because you feel like it's more than usual?
So much more. So there's 10, 11, or 12.
That's bullshit.
Full fucking
That's
shit.
a lie. That's wrong. It's 40 years at least.
Right?
It's 40 years at least.
It's 12.
Right, hold on. So it would be years consecutive? Like, if you were to have all your periods consecutively, that's why I don't... Because if it's bleeding for 12 years straight, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, instead of...
What do you mean?
Like... Repeat the question.
On average, how many years of your life will you spend on your period?
I think... So, if we break it down into periods...
The way I phrased that question was wrong. So, how many years of your life will you have your period?
Then 12 seems about like
It
that.
is 12. But,
12.
like,
I thought you meant, like,
I started
breaks.
No. Like, a whole year of your period, no.
Yeah.
So, I started my period when I was 12.
Yeah.
I have... What age am I now? 25. How many years is that?
13.
20. I've already topped that.
The way she has... No, but listen.
I've already topped that.
No, but I think what it means, it's like, if you were to have your period consecutively, it would be 12 years.
Oh.
Because there's no way. But if it was like the regular menstrual cycle of like 12 periods a year with the breaks, I'd say it's more. But let's say if you were to put all your 5-day bleeding days together, it would be 5 years.
Oh, wait.
That's what it is.
Oh,
That's
so
what it is.
if you were to put
all your periods together, like
yes,
crunch them up, it would be 12 years.
Okay, I didn't even understand my own question.
Oh,
right,
for fuck's sake.
Last one. I did steal some of these facts from Google.
Okay.
Sorry. Right, true or false? You can still get pregnant on your period.
True.
True. And please, girlies out there, be safe. Just because you are on your period does not
mean you are safe
like,
from babies.
Do not get me wrong. There are times where you will be less fertile and times where you will be more fertile due to ovulation, etc., etc.
We don't learn about enough. We don't. I feel like women don't learn about ovulation until they're trying IVF, and you have to schedule.
But also, as well, I feel like when I was in school, I think I had 2 lessons.
Yeah, on ovulation. It's like you're gonna
just 2 lessons on periods.
Yeah.
Period.
I think
Period. And that was it.
I think everything else has come from like
my mom and
my mom were talking to
or older
friends.
women. Yeah. Like this doesn't happen. Like
yeah.
Oh my god. And
even
as well,
in school, probably by a science textbook by a man who doesn't understand the physiology of it.
But also as well, like I think actually because basically in England you will have your lesson about. I had like a little chat in year 6 as a class, like, you know, this is how people show they love each other. When a man and a woman love each other very much, this is where babies come from. Had that in year 6, which is bonkers. Yeah. And then when I got to secondary school, we had our quote unquote sex ed.
Yeah.
But, and this is a big but, it was a science lesson.
Yeah.
It was not a lesson on, you know, safe sex, relationships, things like that. It was a biology lesson.
Well, let's not tease the next episode.
Yeah, but it was literally a biology lesson, and I'm not gonna lie, boys were there who
useless.
were all boys were all there. They were giggling. Everybody was giggling.
Yeah.
Nobody felt like they could ask a genuine question. And as well. Like, period lesson was, again, a biology lesson about the female anatomy.
Yeah.
Again, not helpful.
At all.
Well, slightly helpful, but also
you
very...
don't understand your body,
but also very devoid of human emotion.
Yeah.
Very devoid of any sympathy. Mm. And, like I said, we even on our period lesson, biology lesson, we had it with the boys.
Yep.
So, and like...
They were giggling.
Boys and girls alike.
And I think with...
Boys and girls alike were giggling.
I think because it didn't pertain to boys would ask the silliest question.
No,
it was like, does it taste like ketchup?
To be... Taste like house keys.
Taste
like house keys. No. To be fair as well, even the boys were scared to ask questions. I think somebody asked a genuine question about erections during our sex ed. Genuine. And every single person in the room shredded him. Even the nice people fucking rinsed him. Yeah. And he was like, henceforth, had a nickname. Can't remember what it was. Aww. Like Boner Barry or whatever it fucking was.
Oh, poor thing.
Like,
I bet everyone lost their virginity 2 years later.
But as well, like, looking back on it now, I can't remember exactly what it was. I know it was on erections. Can't remember exactly what it was. But it was a genuine question. Like, he just wanted to know. And so that sort of set the tone. Nobody could ask questions.
Oh,
and the teacher was literally like, if anybody has any questions, just ask. But the teacher had not set the room up to be a safe space at all.
Yeah.
At all. And as well, biology lesson. Yeah. Why would you ask a question about why my boobs ache before I come on my period in a biology lesson? They didn't fucking know.
Yeah, because it's written by a man.
And also, as well, it was a guy. Like, I distinctly remember it was a man.
Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable to have that conversation about a woman's body with a man.
Yeah, and we never had any...
Especially when you're learning. More than happy to educate.
But we never had any...
It feels wrong to learn about... Anyway.
I'm not about sort of, you know... segregating the boys and the girls, because I think it is important for boys to learn about periods.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was not set up in a way where you could ask genuine questions you felt. It was here's what's going to be on your test.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was a test question, not a genuine, like,
yeah.
This is what's happening to your friend's body next door.
What is a period? Oh, it's the shedding of the uterine or whatever it fucking was.
And you see it a lot, like, the lack of education around it when you see these videos, like, oh, what does what is a period? Like,
Yeah.
you just bleed.
So, like, what is sex? Oh, it's when the man ejaculates into
Yeah.
a woman and sperm goes up through the...
I love seeing those videos
like,
and seeing how men are setting us
my
back.
God, yeah.
If the aliens were to come, I'd feed them.
But, like, as well, like, if you were to set it up, you know, maybe with, so a teacher or somebody, whoever, like, we didn't have school counsellors, but maybe if we did, somebody of that, a pastoral care lead, you know, head of year, whatever, set it up where it's done in smaller groups of boys and girls, because like I said, I think it's important that both learn about both, and you know, it's very relaxed. You know, this is the emotional side of it, these are the added physical sides about it. How are you going to feel about that kind of thing? And and allowed questions that it wasn't like I said, science lesson, fucking soulless.
Yeah, I think it would have been beneficial to separate and speak, like, still have the same...
Maybe.
Same content.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then, you know, girls might not want to ask, why do my boobs hurt? First off, you have boobs, embarrassing.
Yeah, maybe I phrased that wrong. I think, yeah, you make a good point. Like, so you have boys and girls...
having
the same content.
Same content.
Exactly the same content, but... boys and girls, yeah,
because I think a lot of the times I didn't want to ask questions because
a boy was there.
A boy was there, and like, you know, silly little thing of my crush being there,
and it's such a formative time.
Yeah, as well.
Like, you know, those lessons are so important because they inform your conduct as an adult.
Yeah.
And, you know, what you know as an adult and how comfortable you are with things like periods, sex, whatever, relationships even. Fucking relationships. We never even had a fucking talk about intimate relationships.
No.
Effective communication.
No.
Quality time.
And the importance of, like, aftercare and sex as well.
Oh my God,
but
even.
that's for the next episode. Stay tuned.
Dropping Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So ta-ra, my treasures, and we'll see you on the next one.